Hey guys, Troy from National Transmission here. Today we're going to be going over a transmission slipping, what you may feel with it, and what it's doing inside the transmission. When a transmission slips, you're basically going to feel like the transmission's in neutral. Now you could have a flare where your RPMs just go up during the shift and back down, or you could have a complete neutralize in the transmission where you are driving along at shifts gears and it just feels like you're in neutral itself. So inside the transmission itself, you're going to have a pump. Pump is going to create hydraulic pressure. Hydraulic pressure is going to then go and squeeze a set of clutch packs together. Now, if the tension on the clutch packs itself aren't holding, then the disc itself is going to be moving on these frictions. That is going to be the slipping that you will actually feel, is that moving like that. Now, if you have a flare where it slips for a second and then it grabs, you're going to be causing light damage to a clutch. And you'll see light burning on the clutch as opposed to what a clean new clutch would look like. Now, this can happen for a couple different reasons. Shift timing is one, valve body wear, low pressure, or wear itself in the friction material. If you leave it too long and it gets to the stage of complete neutralization, that's when a clutch will actually burn out. And this one, as you can tell, there's nothing left for clutch material on these frictions. Right, so with pressure issues in the transmission, which will affect how much pressure the clutches actually hold, can be caused by several different things. A restricted filter, any debris from any failures or even wear can cause a filter to plug up. If you don't get the proper flow, your pump can't produce the proper pressure. So servicing a transmission is crucial. Another thing that can cause it is if a seal rips in a piston. Then it will basically have fluid spraying out inside the transmission and not applying the clutch piston itself to hold proper force. Other things that can happen are regulator valves sticking, any valve sticking in the transmission for that matter, but pressure regulators sticking, causing low hydraulic pressure. Low fluid is another thing that can create low pressure. If you can't get the volume to the pump to create the pressure that you need, then it's going to starve it, which could create some whining noises as well, but will also cause no clamp force or clamp load on the clutches. So how it works, the squeezing motion here is basically what we're going to have. We're going to have a pump, it's going to create hydraulic pressure. Today we're going to use air pressure just to show you. So if we go and we put some air pressure in, it's going to move this piston here. As you can see, if there was a snap ring up here, you're going to squeeze that clutch tight, and that's what stops it from spinning. Now if it gets squeezed tight, go too loose, and it's too slow to apply, it'll slip. If you apply it too quickly, then it'll grab, and it can actually have a tie-up. So basically what we got here is a set of burnt clutches inside this drum, and when we apply it, it just shows how much movement it actually has to do to grab and apply. That's basically because all of the friction material on the clutch itself has worn off, as well as the steels have warped. So this is a new set of clutches in here, a new clutch pack. As you can see, the clearance is a lot less. So when we apply air to this one, see how quickly it applies. So when hydraulic pressure gets diverted to this little hole, it applies quickly, which allows for the correct shift timing. With the worn out set of clutches, it had a lot more room to travel, which took it a lot longer to apply and caused it to continue to burn. To conclude here, always a good idea as soon as you notice any flaring or any shift issues at all with the transmission, when damaging clutches like this, so you can see it's just slightly glazed, this itself isn't producing a lot of material. If you leave it too long, that's when it gets to this stage, where all the frictions come off, things start warping, bending, and all of this material then is going through your transmission. This is gritty. It's going to start taking out bushings, drums, pumps. It's going to cause a whole lot more damage. It's going to cost you way more in the end. Well, thanks for watching the video. Hopefully you got some good information out of this video. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them for us. And don't forget to give us a like.